So we finally were able to see the 97-3, which we decided to show you. So we're super excited to be able to get to lay our hands on it, get to run it, operate it, and see all of the differences that they've made and upgrades that they've done. There's a lot of similarities that are going to run with the 75-3 that some of you guys know and love and have seen. They did upgrade the display touchscreen, so it's just like the 75-3, but it is programmed a little bit differently. You have a much nicer seat. Air ride comes standard on most of them, not all of them. Your basic models are most likely going to have just your standard seat. So if you do want that air ride, I would make sure to ask for it rather than just expect it to have it. You can see that they redid the seal on the door. A lot of the complaints have came from the blowback on the 97-2s, that they just weren't sealed right. So it does look like they've upgraded that. And as you can see, looking by the inside of the cabs on our competitors, and even the 97-2, where it is dusty, out here it's really sandy. So you can see a lot of that in the cab. The 97, I mean, it looks pretty clean to me, especially with it being that black cloth seat, and it still looks really clean. They did not put a reversing fan on here, but after talking to the instructors and stuff, where they put the radiator, which they left at the same spot, they just rearranged how to open it. So since doing that, with it being on the back, it doesn't need a reversing fan because it's not sitting on top where everything is just settling on top of it. This way, it's standing up, so everything just kind of falls off once you take it off in the air and take stops. Now, there was one thing that we did discuss, that there is a different setting for sensitivity. So where CAT does have a creep mode, that's what they advertise as 2-speed. So you have your creep mode, and then you have just like regular speed. You still have your high and low on this one, and then you can go in there and adjust your sensitivity on it. So if you need it a little bit not so responsive, you can change that in these. Also, that does have KSR. Which is your Kubota ride control is what they call it, what the KSR stands for. So essentially when you're hauling a load, it's going to give that loader some give. So it's going to float with the machine rather than just stay still and fight against it, so that it causes a much smoother ride. So let me take you around here to the back. It has a locking green diesel fuel cap. So we do love that. One thing about the hydraulic oil is that you are going to have to go into your screen to check that. There is a sight glass underneath the cab, which is much lighter like the 75 also. And then they removed those components out from underneath the cab. So your clean out's going to be a lot easier. They put the backup camera right up here, and it is going to show on your digital screen. And your door comes open here. And this comes up, so you can see the radiator placement didn't change, but the way they put the radiator in here is, so it's just 3 bolts, but instead of coming out and down, it's going to just open up like another door. You do have a pin that you can put here to keep that door open, so you don't knock yourself or somebody else out when you're working behind it. They didn't show us underneath the cab. When we get one, as soon as we get one, that's one of the first things that we'll do is we'll pull that up so you can see the undercarriage of it. But they did say that everything is open from the inside. So again, one of the things that sets us apart is that anything that you can't get from the front side, you can go from the other side and get into. It's going to be a lot easier to do that on the 97-3 versus the 2.
What's going on, everybody? So another cool thing about this 97-3 is obviously Kubota's door. I mean, that's a big selling point versus competitors. You can tell we've been out here running different competitive machines. By far this door, just with it still being, like she said in the video before, just the sealing issues of everything. Kind of the same setup as your 75-3. You've got it to where you can get it fired up. Kind of left the buttons been the same areas, your hydraulic lock part, all the good stuff here. Let's see, we'll fire it up. Kind of same thing, user comfort. I mean, this one does, as most come with the air ride seat. You still got your controls here. I know the biggest complaint in the 97-2 is you're always having to, this is where your radio was at the time, so it was kind of a pain to have to reach back constantly to adjust your radio. All that you can control here. Another cool thing is you can control it right here. You pick what you want, and it also, I mean, the visibility out of here, I mean, you can't beat it, especially in a job site working area. I mean, you still have your rear view mirror, visibility for raising up and down. So here, if you want to just, hit your unlock, so then it works your hydraulics. I mean, it's all the way up. And again, it's just the beauty of Kubota being hydraulic over hydraulic, so you can't really beat it, the quality and everything.
So we're super excited to get you guys yours.